You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Let's talk 49ers. Yesterday, there was a preseason game between the Raiders and the Niners. I'm a Niners fan, and of course, the big narrative going into the game is, oh my God, here comes the brave, stunning, and courageous Trey Lance. Oh my goodness. To capture the number two quarterback spot. Wait, number two? You're going into your third number two? Excuse me, come again. Number two, we drafted you. Number three over. Oh no, we're gonna act like we didn't draft you at the very top of the draft and trade away everything. Let me start the whole fiasco, and it's turned into a fiasco at this point. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch better be good, really, really happy, feel really good about the fact that they can evaluate talent in other positions. Okay, because no doubt they have drafted well in other places, and this roster and this team looks very good. We know they're very good. They've had playoff success. Most people believe they're Super Bowl contenders. But guys, we do want to recognize one thing and one thing only in this current storyline that we're getting to. Man, if they weren't good, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch would be fired. Why would they be fired? For making one of the worst draft trades in the history of all draft trades. Guys, Trey Lance is not what's up. And my goodness, please do not tell me I am still seeing people today defending Trey Lance online. I mean, I'm baffled. If you didn't see everything you needed to see, and I will tell you, I consume a whole hell of a lot of podcasts. Michael Lombardi's one of my favorites. Much to his credit, he has not been in on the Trey Lance hype, to say the least. And he made a very interesting comment during the Lombardi line a couple of days ago when I'm listening. He says, Trey Lance, he's not going to be the number 2 quarterback. That he's going into yesterday's game, he's already lost that job. And he says it's a known fact in San Francisco, but for some reason, the media out there is not echoing such. So keep that in mind. He said going into the game, Sam Darnold is the number 2 quarterback already. Like that decision's already been made. Look, he was a GM forever, worked for the Patriots, worked for the Raiders extensively, and it's like known knowledge out there, and nobody in San Francisco land in the media wants to admit that Trey Lance is already the number 3 quarterback. And in case you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, and yeah, there's the stats. We'll get to that in a second. But let's just listen, because he come out, they dropped the GM Shuffle, his other podcast today. And here's what he says.
Just no chance. So I said this yesterday. I'll stand by it. He's not going to be the backup quarterback. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but there's no chance. There is no chance based on the evidence that I've seen and based on what I've heard.
Because right now,
you've heard what he said. Based on the evidence, based on what he's heard, and he said this before yesterday's game. He said it on Saturday. There's already been a decision made. He's not even the backup quarterback, guys. The number 3 overall pick in the NFL draft is not even going to be the number 2 quarterback in San Francisco. He said it Saturday. It's been done. You heard it right there today from this morning. He said, I said it yesterday. It's not going to happen. From what he's heard, it's not happening. Now, look, this is the stats from the Raiders game. Number 1, Aiden O'Connell. That kid's got potential. He looks like an actual real NFL quarterback out there. Trey Lance, you may see this stat line here and go, wow, 10 for 15, 112, 111 rating. Oh, my goodness. Except it looked like dog shit on TV. He looked totally uncomfortable. He was not progressing through his reads. He had, I believe, 3 dropped interceptions, including the touchdown. The touchdown was thrown to the end zone, and the Raiders player did a oop, 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 and it landed into the hands of a 49ers receiver for a touchdown. These stats are badly skewed. I saw a guy that did not look comfortable in the pocket. I saw a guy that looked like he could not progress through his reads quickly. And we're going into the 3rd season. I mean, let's think about that. Still struggling with short to intermediate passing. And when he does decide to run, and look, this was supposed to be a dual threat quarterback. That's what we understood. And when he does decide to run, he looks like he's running in quicksand. This guy does not look fast. He doesn't. At all. The same kind of feeling I get every time I watch Baker Mayfield try to run, and you're like, oh, Baker was kind of mobile in college, and then Baker starts running in the NFL, and it looks like he's took 7 steps in one spot before he starts actually moving, Scooby-Doo style. I mean, for real. And here's the key stat. You see that? 4 sacks for Trey Lance. 4. Do you notice this? Sam Darnold, Brandon Allen, 0 and 0. Look, the 49ers offensive line didn't look great, but what I do know, these other 2 quarterbacks didn't take not near a sack at all. In fact, they were 10 for 16 for 120 combined. And I can tell you right now, Sam Darnold, I mean, look, 5 for 8, 84 yards, 10.5 average, 97.9% quarterback rating. The dude won the backup quarterback job yesterday. If there was still a competition, which Michael Lombardi says that competition was not happening. It was already decided. And look, I said this a lot. I've said this a whole lot. If the Niners thought Trey Lance was capable of being the backup quarterback, do you think they signed Sam Darnold to begin with? It should have been all anybody needed to know. But people were still banging the drum out there. They're still banging it today. I don't know what can be done. I mean, Trey Lance literally gets shifted out of the NFL, and you see him in an actual Houston Roughnecks XFL jersey in order to realize the guy's probably not going to make it in the NFL. I mean, if you want to know how bad this looks, Zach Wilson looks better. And not just kind of better than Trey Lance. Think about that. Something by the name of Zach Wilson that caused the Jets to literally bring in Aaron Rodgers. And we know what that narrative has been around Zach Wilson. And whether anybody likes it or not, he's flashed more. Dan Orlovsky today, and why people are dragging Dan Orlovsky's actual NFL record and how he played in the league into all of this, I don't know, because some of the best coaches and best analysts are guys that couldn't play their way out of a paper bag. What do you know? Maybe that's Trey Lance's future. Maybe he's going to be a great coach or a great NFL analyst, because as of right now, he is not making it as, look, I got to tell you, I would cut him. I would cut him because Brandon Allen looks more like a professional, competent NFL quarterback than Trey Lance does right now. I would cut him. I mean, just say enough of this game, enough of the Trey Lance truthers online, enough of all that. Let's just get him off the team. So, Orlovsky came out, and he absolutely, he just laid into it. He laid into it. Lance played the first half, completed 10 of 15 passes for 112, but was sacked 4 times and had 2 potential interceptions dropped by Las Vegas defenders, and that didn't even tell the story. It didn't. One near pick occurred in the end zone. The 49ers tight end Ross Dwelly dove to catch for Lance's 1 touchdown, but you could tell it looked like a mess behind center. It looked like a nightmare. The progressions just weren't there. The speed of progressions, the reads, just not there. Not NFL level. I'm going to tell you the worst thing. And this, look, guys, nobody's saying this is necessarily Trey Lance's fault. Nobody told the 49ers to take the kid number 3 overall. It was a disastrous pick. There's some NFL scouts that thought he was an undrafted free agent. I still don't understand it. And I still don't understand John Lynch and Adam Peters talking Kyle Shanahan into this guy. Why did you do that? I mean, Mac Jones looks like he was created in a lab for Kyle Shanahan's offense. But you talked him into this guy. ESPN analyst and former quarterback Dan Orlovsky, who played 12 seasons in the NFL, said Lance could be done in San Francisco during Monday's get up. And he's saying that he doesn't think Lance can run Kyle Shanahan's offense. And my one thing about that would be, well, my goodness, if he can't run what is arguably the friendliest offense in the league, what is he supposed to do at that point?
When I read a stat like that, he had time to throw, and he got sacked 4 times and a half. Dan Orlovsky, what does that mean?
I don't think Trey Lance can play in Kyle Shanahan's offense. I've seen enough. He doesn't have enough reps playing football. That's a reality. That ball is almost intercepted. It should go to the left because the guy's wide open. The ball doesn't come out quick enough for Trey right now. And I think that
average time to throw, 3.42 seconds. That's plenty of time. Three and outs in 5 total series.
After watching yesterday, he's so much more comfortable as an under-center quarterback than a shotgun quarterback. But Kyle's offense has really become a shotgun offense. It's become ball distribution. It's become play point guard. It's become get it out quickly. And that's just not where Trey is right now. I want to be fair to Trey. He got better as the game went on, and that's why those reps matter. I just don't think he can play in Kyle Shanahan's offense. He should have thrown 2 interceptions. The ball gets held so long for him right now, and it hasn't gotten better in the 3 years that he's been in the NFL.
Yeah, that's the problem. And in this league, in the National Football League, you can't just take the ball and you can't just hold it. And he held it what seemed like forever against second-string defenses and shit. We're talking first preseason game, and I don't give a rip about that stat line. He got dominated. And you just saw he had enough time to go through his progressions and make the right throw. He didn't do it. He either saw the right throw and passed on it because he didn't have enough confidence, or he just never saw the right throw. And it looked a lot like, to me, and number one, this is going to be a lot to say, but Kaepernick was a lot better than this dude, and Kaepernick didn't make it. Okay, why? Kaepernick was fast. He could actually pull the ball down and run like a gazelle. But just in the same way Kaepernick was screwed, once Kaepernick got past that first read, he was effed. He couldn't get through his progressions, and we know guys like that eventually wash out of the NFL, and here we are talking about Trey Lance. I think he's in a lot of trouble as being part of the Niners. Could maybe an elite coach, veteran coach, do something with him? The only coach in football. I did think a Shane Steichen might. Sean Payton might. I thought maybe those two, because I'm thinking Jalen Hurts and Sean's with Russell. But you know what? Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson, they're fast. Trey Lance is not fast. And look, there were people coming out of that very first 49ers training camp that said the Niners got such a surprise when his speed on the training camp field and the rookie minicamp field, yada, yada, yada. Actually, that year it was just training camp because of COVID. But his speed did not match the speed they saw on film. In other words, yikes, they got him on the field and he looked slow. Uh-oh. So that's been 3 years ago. What does that tell you? they kind of realized, or may have realized, this might not have worked out, and they may have known it for a while. Dude, no more. Nothing more has to be said. They brought back Jimmy Garoppolo last year. My goodness. And then they signed another guy in Sam Darnold this year that could arguably start for some other teams as Brock Purdy's backup. It's over. So, anyway, tell me what you think. And if the Niners keep this dude, and I'm going to tell you right now, this very second, keeping Trey Lance over Brandon Allen is the wrong decision. Brandon Allen can play better NFL quarterback than Trey Lance. So if they do that, then that's some bullshit. We're just trying to cover our tracks for having made a poor decision, and somebody doesn't want to actually pull the trigger. By the way, I would believe Kyle Shanahan's got the balls to just cut Trey Lance. Trade for him? I know I saw that. Are you kidding me? If you trade for this guy, if you trade anything more than a ham sandwich for this guy, your general manager acumen must be questioned. Some people brought up a fifth. I mean, like, what? If the Niners got offered a fifth, they better reach through the phone physically and sign off on the trade and get him. I mean, do a Secret Service style escort to the airport to get him the hell out of the facility and out of the state. Truly. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Make sure you use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word will get you 25% off. Go get them right now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.